Susan?
Well, wish we could just wave a magic wand, and I mean literally. You guys have done just such a sensational job, and I think we can all agree with that, that there are so many things we can do with some of your ideas, you know, in a timely manner. I just want to comment. It just blows me away. And to see the positive reinforcement of our community here, you know, I mean, to see that the will of the community is so engaged in this process that we all, I think, want some of these things. And I certainly hope as a council and leaders of the community that we have the political will to implement some of this, because that's what it takes. I mean, the vision is clearly spelled out. And I think we can all just almost point to any of these, and most of us would probably agree that would work here. So it's going to take some work, but I think we can do it. And I think the community is clearly telling us that, yeah, we want this. Or I'm misreading something. But thank you so much for such a great job. You guys are just great.
And I think the students really did a good job of capturing, being able to take advantage of what we already have and trying to imprint those things that would help catch the eye, engage people. And for that, they really should be commended. They've done a really good job with it.
Well, I actually have been impressed by your focus on taking what we have and sprucing it up, or finding ways to, you know, make lemonade out of lemons, although I don't think everything we have is lemons. I like some of the ideas for some unique banners that we might use. I like that simple, bright yellow and orange one, some of my favorite colors. And I'm kind of warming to an idea I didn't kind of take to at first, which is that Jack Serpent idea. And the reason is because I don't think that has to be expensive. I like the idea of taking that element and putting it out on the breakwater. Wow, what a great idea. That's I think pretty neat, because everyone looks out that way and the boaters coming in see it. And then the idea of kind of putting it into the sidewalk landscape, maybe even you know, an idea of doing something that would not cost us very much, but have people have a contest or something for people and make segments of it. We give them the basic colors or whatever, and for them to make segments. I've seen a lot of things like that done elsewhere. You know, the city of Seattle did that with the pigs, and they did it with bears up in Whistler, and I've seen a lot of really good things come of that. And using that as a way to guide pedestrians, and for pedestrians to say, "Gee, where's the next piece of this? Where is that? Let's go find it." And meanwhile, guiding them where we want. So, and those elements I think are really very, very simple. And simple but elegant, and I like that part of it. And again, not coming up with making us into a city we're not, but how can we make the little things just a little better? So thank you very much for that work.
Simple but elegant would be my goal as a leader of this.
Where's the cold water theme?
Yeah.
I'd like to thank you for a job well done and a fantastic a collection of ideas. We will now have to work between the city and businesses and developers and art commission and so forth to try and figure out a way to bring these things online in an orderly fashion and in a cost-effective way. But I thank you for this manual, which provides a vision that we can work toward.
Thanks, Ed.
Your students were so full of enthusiasm and ideas. It was just wonderful meeting and having them say, "Oh, come look at this. Oh, let me tell you about that," and asking questions and getting
they
great
were.
answers. The enthusiasm was just marvelous, and I really thank you all very much for what you're doing for us. It's wonderful.
Give them applaud. Give them a hand.
And
the
had another thing to
students-
say?
In the open house format that we do, each student is charged with being an ambassador for all the ideas. And so today, they're in Spain and California and all over the place. We had 2 with us today, but they really take on ownership of the whole studio. And it's not a competitive thing where, Jack's idea or Natasha's idea. It's a very cooperative thing that they do. And I'm really glad to hear that you heard their enthusiasm and that they wanted to show you this or they wanted to show you that.
And I want to add one thing that, as I was looking through the booklet and listening to you talk, it's very clear that you listened to the people. You had those open houses, and, people can have open houses and, have people make comments and then put them aside and say, well, what do they know? But I can see pieces of a lot of people I know in your book and in your ideas. So I know you were listening. So I appreciate that, and your group did a very good work with that. It is more likely that things will be adopted if people can see some of their ideas in here.
So, Natasha, you live in Des Moines, right? So you better stay here now. Created some great stuff for us already.
Right. I graduated from the Highland Community College just up 240th before just recently graduating from the University of Washington. And as in our discussion here, I also want to point out that it would be very, very cool if there was a draw of community college kids to the downtown Des Moines because they really like shopping, and that's always good for little shops.
Well, I just wanted to echo everyone's comments about what a wonderful job the University of Washington architecture students did, and they are graduates now. However, there is an opportunity with Professor Nichols potentially to come back and maybe, if the city's interested and if the councils will, come back and take some of these concepts and develop them a little bit further this fall. So that was one of the things that we talked about with Denise Lathrop as maybe a way to integrate some of these concepts into the future planning process that's about to take place for the downtown design concepts and the comprehensive plan downtown element. So there might be an opportunity for that, and I just wanted to kind of throw that out on the table in case it's council's will
I
and
think we
interest.
would welcome it with open arms, really. Thank you so much for coming here today. I echo what a number of our council members said. I wish that all the students could have made it, but I understand why they didn't. And definitely their enthusiasm was contagious. Every time I went down there, it was just exciting to watch them because they had so many exciting things to tell us. And it just stood right out. What I would like, though, is an opportunity, if you would, to provide me with the names and mailing addresses of all the students so that I can personally send them a thank you and acknowledge them for all that they've done for our community. And lastly, well, not lastly, actually, Natasha and Jack, thank you for coming here today. You did a wonderful job. It's not easy doing that in front of the city council and the community, but you did a very, very good job. And finally, I'd like to encourage not only the people in the audience, but those that may be watching us on TV for the next week or so, to kind of step up and take charge yourselves, too, because government can only do so much. And there are some good ideas in here that could be adopted by organizations. Destination Des Moines could get involved in something like this, choose something, civic clubs, citizens groups, and, of course, businesses that can do something that just as simple as Jim pointed out earlier with a can of paint. There's so much that can be done, and together I think we can make a lot of what they presented with us this evening become a reality. So, again, thank you so much for being over here today, and I really appreciate the fact that you're willing to come back and share some additional thoughts or some guidance for us later on in the fall.